And we're back.
Bruh, I am...
We had to take a brief intermission.
Bro, our battery died on that. We're back. I'm just letting you know, that shit is hilarious. So I'm going to start off with a different topic.
Okay.
None of us have kids, but I feel like, if you were like a single mom or dad, and if you were attracted to their teacher... Would you, let me ask that first. Would you go smack, I'll ask Willis first. Would you go smack at like your child's, if you were like a single dad, would you go smack at one of your children's teachers?
Man, teachers built different these days.
So is that a yes or
no?
My
kid don't have straight A's.
So is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. What about you?
Yes, because they'll only be my child's teacher for 1 year.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
All right. So I'm gonna play this story out. Shout out to the Morning Hustle Show, and want to see your opinions after this scenario plays out. And here we go.
Asking for a friend on the Morning Hustle.
Today we welcome Tawana to the Hustle family. Good morning, Tawana.
Hey, good morning. I started dating my daughter's junior high school history teacher, and the relationship didn't work out, and we broke up. But now my daughter, who was supposed to graduate, she has a problem, and the teacher wants to fail her. My daughter says that that it's my fault. I broke up with the guy, and she says that he's retaliating against me.
She's trying to spin it.
I know, but that's not it. He actually showed me her work, and I see why she's not passing. But it still seems like most teachers would try to fix the situation.
He's being petty because you broke his heart.
That's what I feel like. So I'm thinking about going to the principal about it. She thinks that I need to get back with him until school is out. And
that's hilarious.
She wants to know what to do. Hustlers, 866-HUSTLE-8.
We are the Morning Hustle. The Morning Hustle.
So, it sounds like the real question is, would I fuck a teacher
so my child
can pass?
That's the better question.
And to that, I also say yes. I 100% would fuck my child's teacher to ensure that they get a passing grade. It depends on where they're at in life, because if it's like difference between high school to college, like, do I need to get you out of high school? Yes, but like an attractiveness level.
There you go, pronounce it out.
Matter.
That's like that
a little bit. That plays a factor into it too. Like how attractive is the teacher versus how sure am I going to graduate from college? Like, I'm not going to be fucking deans for the rest of my life. Like, that's crazy. So, yeah, but like 5th grade, no. If you can't make it out the 5th grade without me dicking down your teacher, then like you need to try again.
Well, I don't know how it is depending on the state, because it's junior high. So when I was from junior high was 6th to 8th grade.
So you got to graduate to 5th grade.
Yeah, but she's saying that she's dating the teacher that's in her junior high school. So
it would be like 9th grade going to 10th grade, or 8th grade going to 9th grade.
Maybe.
I mean, I would no. So that's the one threshold where to get my kid into high school, I will fuck.
But who says
I don't care how ugly she is.
Did I miss that part? Did it say that it's dependent on her going to high school? Or is just saying that she's dating the junior high school? So this could be 8th grade. It could be 7th grade. But it doesn't mean that.
To get to the next year.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't mean that. It's just like saying he just wants to fail her for this class. Okay. Which means she may have to do summer school.
I guess I have to just, again, you got to weigh your options. How attractive is this teacher? Like, how bad are you failing? Like, what are the options? Like, how bad is the work? So, because she also said she saw the work.
So it's her kid.
Yeah.
It's her kid.
How dumb is my kid? Is it? Do I feel like?
No, that's a fact.
Do I feel like on a second go round you'd make it? Like, or should we just go ahead and take care of this right now?
So here's my thing. So that's where you're on treading water, right? It's like, yo, he's explained to me that, hey, this is your kid's work. And she's like, oh, looking at it like, oh, this is wrong. I can see why this is wrong. So that means your child's not grasping the material. But then she's like, also, I feel like the teacher can go over and beyond and be like, to teach them more. But my thing is, just because teachers are going above and beyond doesn't mean that they have to go above and beyond. You're expecting special because I used to fuck you, and that's not in my contract. We're not together no more. I don't have to do it for any student, honestly. Mm-hmm. My hours is 8 to 4:30.
Yeah.
And that's what I stick to, or 7 to 3:30, whatever the fuck the schedule is. So that's where I'm like, is it wrong of the mother to be feeling like, yo, you know, we used to fuck, you should give her a little bit more attention and help her get there? Or is it wrong for her to think that way?
How good was the pussy?
I mean, I don't know. It wasn't good enough for him to stay.
If she's sucking his dick from the back, your kid should be passing. Like,
but they're not together no more, so maybe it wasn't being done.
Maybe he being petty.
Or maybe he wants to save himself for 4 months after.
I mean, it's stupid.
You gonna save himself after the fact?
I mean, after the fact, he's like, yeah,
Born
you know
again
what?
virgin?
I ain't gonna hold
There
you.
are some.
It's not
If we used to date or whatever, and we used to fuck, and I see you at McDonald's, I want some extra fries.
Yeah.
So,
regardless, like,
you know what I'm saying?
so see, so for me, none of my, like, well, no, not none, but the large majority of them, like, I can't wait for the wedding. The large majority of them don't end on bad terms.
Aw.
So for me, if it's someone that I stop
Not
fucking
you
with,
can't wait till the wedding. I just realized what you said.
like, I can
This
still
motherfucker
like.
right here.
missed it.
This motherfucker right here, bro. I'm about to throw him out.
Like, I can still amicably get along with people who I've used to have sex with, because like when we started, I said we were friends before then, and
Right.
so like so like we may not be doing whatever we're doing for whatever reason. Like oftentimes for me, it's because they started dating somebody, and it's like, good for you. I hope you're happy with whoever it is that you dating. Yeah, but like you can still look out for me. Like I'm not asking you to fucking jerk me off in the drive-thru, but he's right. Like if like you could put some more fries in the box, like you could be a real nigga.
Right.
All right. I mean, you could, but my thing is, I feel like after the relationship was over, he was like, yo, I don't have to do. One, as a teacher, I don't have to go above and beyond. And number two, as your ex-partner, I don't have to go above and beyond.
That's petty though.
I mean, it's petty, but it's his right. He can do what he wants. He's a single nigga now.
I mean, you're legally allowed to be petty, yeah.
But my thing is, I feel like it's too far. It's like, you're like, I'm going to go to the principal. And it's like,
yeah, no shit, no.
Now it's like, bro.
I think that she's looking at it the wrong way too, because like you go from that, like, how about get him a tutor or her or whoever the kid, get the kid a tutor, something like that. Now it goes to the extreme of like I'm about to snitch.
It's got to be a girl. Her child could, if her no way her son is like keep getting nailed, mom. Trying to grab
Yeah, it's definitely a girl. It's definitely a daughter. Yeah.
Only a girl's gonna be that open minded.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think that. But I just want to know your thoughts. So you're like, yo, is the teacher in the wrong to be like, yo?
Also, what class is this?
History. He's a history teacher. Like, me personally, I thought history was easy because it was just remembering facts. Like, I didn't have to, facts to what they say it is. But it wasn't like I had to remember formulas and know fractions and percentages. Like, that's math. History is like, all right, I can remember, this person put a kite in the sky, whatever. Okay, cool. I remember this war.
She was such a Philly nigga. Why was your one history reference Benjamin Franklin?
I mean,
discovering the electricity.
I mean,
like, what?
Shout out to 215. Fuck it. But I'm just saying, like, that history, I feel like was the easiest subject out of all of the subjects. Niggas didn't like the right. Niggas either didn't like the right or they didn't like math.
If you have a good memory, yeah, history is a breeze.
Yeah. Everybody struggled with
dementia runs in your family.
But it's not on set that early.
Hey,
No, my memory is ass. Like my memory is ass.
The older I get, it is. But back in the day, yeah, my memory used to be on point.
Like I do not remember shit. Like I have to actively use my account. Like my memory is ass.
To be honest with you, I didn't start studying until I got to college.
I didn't know how, I still don't know how to study.
Exactly.
Never needed to. I never needed to. I paid attention in class, like I absorbed the information, did that, took the test and got A's. Like it wasn't until I got to college where professors are very much just like, do the work on your own. I'm just like, what you mean do the work on my life? Why did I even come to class today if I'm gonna do the work on my own? Like that's crazy. Like I should learn it right here. Like we got an hour and a half, bro. You can't make me pick it up in an hour and a half. Somebody not doing their job, and it's not me.
Facts. Oh, but like your homework assignment, read these pages 100 to 150. You gonna have a quiz tomorrow. You're not gonna read it with us?
Yeah.
Like, nigga, what?
Crazy.
Oh man, but yeah, that's fucked up.
So what do you think she should do? Does she go to the principal?
Get your kid a tutor.
Nah, go to the principal is literally the only non-option. Like don't bring in another party into your sex life who then has the ability to fire the teacher because for like how it's going. Like keep them out of it because at that point that's childish.
Can't you just request one of the teacher? They used to do that back in the day.
Yeah, you can't get transferred to another class.
Just get transferred to another class. That way you're not even dealing with them.
Yeah. That is, yeah.
See?
Alright, well, that's how y'all feel. I mean,
you wonder why your kid failing. Because you be making dumbass shit.
that is the easiest one. Yeah.
You decided to call a radio station instead of calling the fucking school. Choices, my nigga.
Not choices, my nigga.
And you call a radio station your child probably listens to. So now they like, oh damn,
you know what?
I'm dumb. You can just hear that on the radio.
Can you imagine that?
You know where I just remember? This is 92 Q. So it's Baltimore niggas.
It is Baltimore.
Oh, the schooling system is not the best.
It isn't, but at the end of the day, she got it in where she could fit it in.
Literally.
When you walk through the valley, you better
but also there's that age-old
back.
thing, like, can you be cool with exes, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no. Well.
It depends on how you end
Yes.
it. I feel like it depends on how.
I think with time.
I know it depends on what's the ex. Like, were they in a real relationship or were they just kicking it? Because that's where it really differentiates.
No, we're in a relationship.
It took some time for like when it first ended. She felt the type of way. Like it took some time for her to like go move on and go and date other people, do her own thing, and then kind of come back to it and realize like nigga didn't really do nothing wrong. It just didn't work, and I would. But like when you been with somebody for a minute, in their mind it's like, oh, if you don't want to be with me, you don't love me. Like it's very much an extreme type thing. Like you don't want to be with me, you don't love me type shit. Where it may not even be that. Like, but this is not working. So I got feelings for everybody I used to fuck with. Like I can't marry all of y'all.
all right, not marry all of them.
Sound like another Drake song.
Right.
I wish I could marry all of y'all. But no. But when I meant by also it depends on kind of like you were saying how long. Like when things are fresh, you break up, cool. But y'all might reconnect a year or two later and be the coolest of friends. Mm-hmm. I have like maybe like 2 exes that I'm still cool with. But there's also people I dealt with when I was like 21, 22. And we haven't had sex since I was 21, 22. Mm-hmm.
So like 20 years later, there should be no problem.
20 years later?
Try to call me old, yo. It ain't been 20 years later.
Accurate time table.
No, it's not. That's a fucked up part. That would make you like 40-something, nigga.
Wait, what?
You know what?
I'm doing the math.
Nah, get off. Nah. Let's go for a nigga 8. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you realize they were actually just cool people. Y'all just weren't meant to be together.
My dad watch y'all.
Are you friends with your exes?
Yeah.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you.
I'm still laughing at you.
You don't laugh at me, you laugh at your joke.
About you, yeah.
Old man jokes won't stop.
That's okay, old man. You'll be alright. You'll be alright.
We're about to have like a death ring in this bitch.
She's deflecting.
Exactly.
She heard the question. She
What's
fixing
his name?
her watch.
It fell off. Mm-hmm. Friends with exes, only about 1 or 2. But
Okay.
they're now married.
How many exes you got?
I got a couple.
21.
I only got 1.
21. You can do something for me. Yeah, only about 1 or 2.
I only have 1 ex.
Really?
Well, that's because he don't get in relationships often.
Yeah.
I've been called a serial dater, so I have a lot of exes.
Am I like?
I have about maybe 5.
Because I don't count.
I got about 5.
I had a girlfriend in 7th, 8th grade. Don't count that.
Right.
I had a girlfriend for a couple months my senior year of high school. Don't count that. And then in college, my senior year, I had 1 girlfriend we dated for like a year and a half. That's the only person I consider my ex. Like other than that, I've never been in a long-term relationship with anybody.
Yeah, I got 6 exes. I just counted them all out. And the only ones I keep in contact with, one is like via like LinkedIn, and that's not even
Ramona Flowers.
One's like LinkedIn, but he's married.
Nigga gotta battle her 7 evil exes. To the altar.
Not even.
You might be a serial dater.
No.
You got so many exes.
I mean, but I was in a relationship with them for a while though. That's crazy. I wasn't single for
Are we talking about adulthood or like?
I mean, since
childhood. I mean,
all right. If we do adulthood, then it's 5.
18 and
18 on. So
Yeah,
that's
18,
like 5.
yeah, 18 on.
So that's like 5.
Okay, it's 5.
Yeah.
So
if you have
so
one that
within a
crossed
20
over into 18, it'll count. So if you were like, if it started in high school and carried over into college, that
is 5. That is 5.
Okay.
But like the one I started off like when I was 18, it was long distance, and we're cool. Like he's married now. He lives in Florida. One of them I didn't even know I was in a relationship with until he found out that I was in a relationship with somebody else.
I'm sorry. So you had you was dating 2 niggas at the same time?
I was single. I was single in my mind.
No.
Hey, yo, that's some nigga shit. That's a future bar. Hey,
She said that she didn't find out until he found out that she was in a relationship.
Yeah, because I was posting me in pictures of a guy who actually asked me.
So you weren't saying? Oh, you talking about you were single while that guy thought y'all were together?
Yeah. I thought, like I said, that's what I'm saying. I thought I was single, but apparently he asked me.
He asked you to be with him. You forgot about it.
No. I think he asked me when I was drunk or some shit, and I don't remember that. That was like primetime 20s when I would get like blackout type of like fucked up. 4 Locos
with the coke in them.
With the original
Sky Vodka, New Amsterdam, Sabeca, like those 20s where you
Burnett's.
Where you should drink vodka. Period. Like those 20s.
Mad Dog 2020.
No, I never did that. But
that was Jubilee.
That was before my time too.
It's told you that
First of all, fuck y'all. Y'all ain't drink 911s?
What is that?
The beer.
No.
911?
No. Can't relate.
This segment of the podcast is brought to you by
AARP.
Now y'all be like, oh, I ain't never did Nouveau and Incredible Hulk and all that
No, we good with that. Nouveau, we good with
Nouveau was definitely popular.
It was that club drink.
Nouveau was 2009, 10, 11.
You started saying some shit from 1978.
Mad Dog 2020 is
that. And y'all, but y'all knew what it was though.
I mean, because my sister was an alcoholic in that time.
How old is your sister?
She's about to turn 40.
Like, there you go. And now we're back to the point. You mad or no? But no, I was dating somebody. He used to be a bartender, Maryland Live Casino, the Horseshoe joint.
Baltimore?
Yeah, Baltimore. When it first opened,
he spent too much time in Baltimore.
Well, my mom lives out there. That's the only reason why. But anyway, I was in a relationship. I was actually dating him, but I was single. Like, you know, when you dated, you still, until you ask me, then I'm yours. You know what I mean? So when I was going to Philly, I would, chill with him, do what we do, and then when I come back, I chill with you and do what I do. When we got in a relationship, I started posting pictures of us, whatever. And he was like, "Wow, this is how you tell me," and I was like, "Tell you what?"
He was a pimp, y'all. Really, y'all know.
Facts. Tell you what? I'm confused. How?
Is this Sunflower Seeds?
Yes, most definitely.
Oh, he got a nickname?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you that story offline.
Nah, I just learned her fiance name. It's the story. It's not about the name.
Yeah, either way.
How you meet niggas?
That's not how I met him.
No. With my friends, we really don't learn the other person's name until we're serious.
Yeah,
be like, oh, that's cosplay.
Yeah,
shit.
so when we met, I was fucking around with that nigga at the time. But I was just thinking we having fun. I come to town, you my dick on standby when I come home to Philly. And yeah, apparently we was in a whole relationship and I was unaware. So that was like my possible. That was my 6.
Broke that man hard.
He'd be alright.
That's crazy. I can't imagine having been in that many like serious relationships.
Yeah, like, and the thing about it, I think the shortest out of all of those relationships was about 8 months. The shortest. Everything else?
That's a long ass time.
3 years. My longest relationship before my current one, who I'm about to marry, was 4 years. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's like a lot, but that was from 18 until 33. Like, if you spread 5 or 6 people relationships over
my one girl
over 15 years, that's a lot.
Change, and I feel like we were together for most of my life. I feel like that was a long ass time. Like,
but honestly, when you date somebody, the first 2-3 months, you're like, damn, it's only been 3 months. I feel like you've been with somebody for a break.
This is new.
That's not even because it's new. It's just because you're always around them. Because you like them. So you're like, oh, we can hang out here. You come over here. So now you've seen them 4-5 times a week. And it seems like a lot.
I was at that point where I was because I was at FAMU. I was like,
oh shit,
ready to graduate. I'm just like, I'm done being outside. It's getting old. Blah blah blah. Like, yeah, like I don't need to be nowhere. And I didn't turn 21 until the second semester of my senior year. So it was like a significant portion where a bunch of my friends was like out living their lives, doing their own thing, and I couldn't even participate because like as soon as they turned 21, like they was living a 21-year-old life. Like there was a place in Tallahassee that on Thursdays they would give you pizza and beer for $0.25. Like beer, they were charging $0.25 for a beer and a slice of pizza. Like wow. They had to shut it down because naturally it got out of hand. But yeah, I never even got this. By the time they found out about it when they turned 21. By the time I turned 21, it was gone. Didn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, the college bars be different. Like y'all been loonies. Yeah, they got some type of deal going on in there. It'd be crazy. But you said you went to FAMU.
Yeah.
So were you there when the tape came out?
Yeah.
See, the fact that you know what I'm talking about.
But that wasn't like it wasn't at our school. They filmed it in a dorm that looked identical to ours.
I thought that was your school.
Nah, that was all propaganda. Yeah, no, that wasn't fam. Like it was just like the way she on the internet. Like you can just say something and people will take it because our dorms did look exactly like that.
Yeah,
they probably filmed it they may have filmed it in one of our dorms, but it wasn't it wasn't like a students made the tape. It was a porn company that shot a porn. The way porns happen.
Oh, I thought it was just awesome. Like
no, that wasn't
awesome amateur.
It was a porno. Like yeah, but they filmed it in the dorm, and so it just naturally spread. Like, oh shit, that looked like Pattyfoot. Like so it became a thing.
That's smart.
Nah, that was not that was they did not. That was not niggas on campus fucking like that.
Gotcha.
Niggas on campus was fucking like that, but it wasn't on camera on a professional tripod with the camera set. Like that was a legit porn. Like,
yeah.
That was a porn.
Oh,
they was trying to be on. You remember when it was? What was that? Girls
World Star.
I was thinking Girls Gone Wild. Remember
we was way after Girls Gone Wild.
No, but they was trying to basically recreate it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't feel like black people. It wasn't for us. Yeah, it wasn't for us.
They supposed to be doing a documentary about all the sexual assault from that shit too.
Yeah, I heard that's coming out of the pipeline.
Yeah, that's why they got shut down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn. But everybody was hyped to be in that shit. Just like they were hyped to go to fucking Spring Bling at MTV and all that shit. They was
were they hyped to be in it, or did they make you think that people?
No, they were hyped to be in it. I think I remember seeing it behind the scenes.
All I've ever
I remember seeing the behind the scenes, and there was bitches lined up outside of the production agency to be.
Girls Got Wild?
Yeah, outside of, they got, back in the day, they would have the sign of what show it was outside of the thing. And they would be outside lined up to be a hoe.
I only ever saw the commercials that used to air on TV at like 2, 3 a.m.
Nah, people like attention though. That's also too. Because even like
to this day, they still like attention.
No, did y'all see what happened over the week? They had the Baddies East auditions.
Oh, I heard
and they was rocking outside. Like,
well, yeah.
Here's the problem with these reality TV shows. I get you want to come to DC, but the thing with the DMV DC people, mainly East Coast, they be actually about their shit.
Yeah.
They're not about the almost fight.
Yeah,
I don't even know what that is. Almost fight?
Yeah, no,
reality TV is mostly almost fighting.
Yeah.
I guess.
Niggas is crazy over here. Y'all wonder why Krishan beats the shit out of these bitches. Because she been doing it all her life. She Baltimore. I'm not surprised that Krishan got hands. Leave that girl the fuck alone.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. But I heard they was trying to jump her shit too when she came back.
Krishan just like fighting.
Who's Krishan?
The one that be with blue face. That toxic ass couple that be all over the place. And she's pregnant now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's pregnant now, man. But anyway, all right, do you have a topic or?
Yeah.
This guy right here. This guy.
What,
probably forget his topic.
Nah. I get you, girl.
I want to hear it.
So, it's not really... which one want to do? Yeah, I want to learn something new, or you want a messy topic?
Give me messy.
Alright.
That sounded really bad, but whatever. Just let that shit just ride on out.
Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. Take a listen to this.
39. How many children do you have?
3. And 3 baby daddies and they all gangbang.
So what do you want as an outcome?
I want somebody that's loyal. It's really hard to find loyalty nowadays.
Hold on. A husband?
I want a husband. I want to get married, have kids.
Hold on. You're 39 with 3 children, right?
Yes.
You already have kids.
Yes.
And you want more children.
Of course I do. I really want 6. Is something wrong with that?
What do you do for a living?
I get EDD.
I don't know what that is.
Unemployment.
So you're an unemployed mother of 3 with 3 baby daddies. You talking about you can't find a man?
Yes. I want somebody that's going to help me. Like, you don't think that I could get that?
It's called Jesus.
I'm not gonna hold you. It feels staged. That's the way that it happened, like the way she described her shit, it feels staged. Like Kevin Samuels' whole platform was all some big wild toxic shit, and then like you just coincidentally got a call from a black woman like, I need this from a man, but I got 3 kids and I'm doing like it. That shit feels staged. Like the way she was talking about it, it felt fake.
I felt like she
got
felt
an RSVP in right now.
Oh, for the wedding?
Yeah, it says 6:30 the last day. Yo,
sliding in the home plate.
Right. I'm cutting this shit off at midnight, 11:59. Did you RSVP? I'm just fucking with you.
I'm pulling up regardless. To be honest, I'm your buffer between all your data teams. Anyway,
not a buffer.
Never mind. Anyway, back to the subject. Expectations versus reality.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay? I understand it's okay to have high expectations, but what's the reality of it actually happen? Like, so for example, and this is where I caught this topic from, like, people, not gonna put a gender on it, be like, I want this baller, I want this millionaire, I want this person, I want this type of lifestyle. But yet you don't have a job, you don't even live the lifestyle yourself. But should that stop you from having those standards of wanting it? Like, is there a give and take? Especially if you're relying on someone else to give you the lifestyle that you want and you're not doing it yourself.
For me, people's, like, what someone's standards are like, that's be a whole issue in itself. Like, having a standard of a certain amount of money that someone makes, for me, like, you off to the wrong foot. Like, you worried about the wrong thing. Like, I've never once, the people that I've interacted with, dated with, whoever, like, how much money they made, what they, like, who they are as a person is ultimately what it comes to. Like, because if I'm really going to rock with somebody, it's like, to be concerned with what someone else is doing, if I really, like, if I can't do enough to take care of it, like, then it's like, I need to be understanding of their situation, because low-key, I'm in the same situation myself.
Right. It's being realistic with oneself.
But I also feel like, and I don't mean to cut you off, but with men, we don't look at that, but I feel like we get judged on it.
I mean, but that's men's fault we get judged on.
But
that.
then again, I feel like
like the reason women make half we make on $1 or whatever it is now, like that's men's fault, because men want to be in charge. You can't want to be in charge and then
you don't provide,
get mad because you can't get laid because you want to lose an end of the stick. Like,
that's true.
You can't play both sides.
That's true.
Right, but it's also knowing about what you want in your partner, right? We talked about it plenty of times. You can't be like, oh, I want a provider, I want somebody to take care of me. And date people who want 50-50, right? You need to know who you're matching up with.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to contribute 0% and just be a housewife, then you need to present yourself that way. That way that person knows, hey, this is who I'm compatible with, or leave you alone and they find out what they want. But to go back to the main topic,
but I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But so for me, I feel like that's where a lot of people get tripped up at and fucked up at. Instead, like, if you, like, when you talking about being with somebody, if you're like someone who your partner, you care about, whatever, the situation should be adaptable. Like, you shouldn't be any kind of person where this is what I'm looking for. Like, if I'm making X whatever it is, and I can afford to pay for whatever my spouse can do and do whatever, and she can do whatever, and then I'll do it because I can do that.
Right.
If I can't do it, and we at a point where we can live comfortably split 50-50, then let's live comfortably split 50-50. Like if I'm down on my luck and you up right now, and the career that you live in has afforded you to do whatever until I can get up to that point where I can help out to whatever level, then we'll do it that way. Like you talking about the person that you gonna spend your like if you really love them.
Right.
There's something like that. Like, however you can make it work, you're gonna make it work.
But for this scenario, though, they haven't gotten that far. She's just in a dating pool. She's in the pool. Where people say that there's pee in the pool, right? That's the whole thing. She's in the pool, and technically she's contributing to the pee in the pool in some people's eyes, because she's like, yo, I have these standards. This is what I want. But she's not even on that level herself. I can't be like, yo, I want a nigga that makes 6 figures, and I want a nigga that's educated, got a place of his own, and I'm not bringing at least 80% of that to the table, or 2 or 3 of that to the table. You know, of course, you don't want someone that's in my eyes. I'm like, I would want somebody to either be on the same level of me or better than me. That way, it could be something for me to aspire to get to, or at least I know that I'm kept in that space because they've already been to where I'm at. But you talking about I'm bringing unemployment to the table.
3 kids.
3 kids. 3 baby daddies. So that's headaches on top of headaches, because they just think that, the kids are headaches. No, it's not about the kids being headaches. It's the baby fathers that have headaches as well. Those families from those 3 daddies. You know what I mean?
I don't think they're around.
Huh?
I don't think they're around, because
it doesn't even matter if they are not around. That's still 3 different families and 3 different baby daddies that have an opinion or not. And then you got 3 kids that have an opinion or not. And then you don't have a job. And then you want me to come and scoop in and be Captain Save-A-Ho.
But she said help. She needed help.
They also feel like fake standards, because that's what you'll see on like.
But this isn't the first time I've seen a video like this.
No, I'm not. No, you'll see.
Maybe not as crazy.
You'll see a bunch of videos of it, but it'll, like on social media, people's standards on social media versus what their standards are in real life are not the same thing. No. If I were to show you if I were to show you the Twitter of every girl I fucked, I promise you, I'm being set like I need me a 6'3" chocolate nigga. And then like, okay, well you got like, how'd you end up fucking this 6 foot random light skinned nigga?
That's the thing. It's the difference between standards and what you're compromising with.
Well, I said it before. What you fucking, what you wife up is 2 different people.
But you complaining I'm not wifing you up, so obviously it's not.
That's true too.
That's a good point to bring in. But I'm just like, I feel like her standards are a little bit. I mean, I'm not a person to say, your standards are unreachable, because who knows? It may be some guy
he might have kids of his own.
That might have kids of his own, and then bring it into be a big happy family, like cheaper by the dozen. People to not have no job, that's where you lost me. You can have 3 kids by different baby daddies. People live like learn, but not be on unemployment. But being on unemployment and not even bringing, like, having a table for yourself, for your kids. That's where I'm like, bro, now you sounding like some fucking chicken head.
Her standard's not really there. Like I'm saying, people get on the internet and they project what they like, and that's what she wants. She definitely wants that.
Right.
Are her standards really there? Absolutely not. You wouldn't have 3 if that's really the life he was living. You wouldn't have 3 kids by 3 different baby fathers. Like obviously, that's not what your standards are. That's what you dream. Those are your hopes and your dreams. That's what people tweet. People tweet their hopes and dreams and label them standards. Like you can go through any woman Twitter and be like, oh my god, like my type is that, and they will describe what they want, their dream. It's like, are they gonna end up with their dream? No, they're gonna meet somebody, and it's not even like a negative thing. Like the person that you end up with might not. That's true. Like everyone has this.
That's even for people who are on their levels. Yeah. Like what you expect to end up with in your life, it's complete opposite of who you end up marrying or being in a relationship with. They're like, oh damn, opposites attract. I expect you to be with this basketball player or this person or this person who's musically inclined or like you know what I mean? Like opposites attract, and then also people need. When they say opposite attract, it doesn't even mean like just on like what you like basics, but just of like black culture and white culture. There's a lot of interracial couples. There are a lot of people who like, I'm a lawyer and then I'm a musician. That's completely opposite of what y'all do for a living, and it works because one uplifts each other while one's overstressed by briefs, the other one is overstressed by concert. Like it works out that they can be each other's strength. It's it's all about what goes with what you need, not so much what you want.
But you
and
grow too.
Huh?
You grow.
You can grow, but my thing is she needs to grow as an individual and be realistic with herself.
She's lying.
She's stuck on the lying part.
She's lying.
I do think she wants somebody to help her with them kids.
No, she wants. Like I'm saying,
I don't believe that.
But I'm saying, like, yes, that. Like I said, she's conflating dreams with standards. She does dream of a nigga. Like, she's probably seen enough Tyler Perry movies to dream of a nigga that doesn't exist.
Think about it. Wasn't Meet the Browns? Didn't Angela Bassett in that movie had 3 kids before she got the house?
I don't watch Tyler Perry movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I checked out immediately.
I saw the one with Jill Scott. That's it.
Oh.
Because I love Jill Scott.
I just saw Jill Scott live. That shit was amazing.
Jilly from Philly?
Of course, I was there. And we had a sweet.
No wonder you were caping for Kevin Hart with that whole gay shit, because he from Philly too. I just put that together.
I forgot he was from Philly. I never got
How could we forget he was from Philly? But anyway, not even just that. I just felt the same way he felt. Like, bro, you coming out of this shit from the woodwork. But I agree with Geo. Once they generally say, like, yo, this is the type of culture we're in, just make a apology. That's when he should have just, like, compromised and be like, yo, I'm sorry for this. In this climate, this is what it was. I didn't expect it to be a problem. But now that I've hurt people's feelings, I apologize. He could have did that statement. I agree with that. But the fact that he was just like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. That's where I feel like he was wrong.
His pride came in with, like, he felt like people were attacking him. He took it personal. And had, like,
but my thing is, he's been literally almost canceled in almost every area of his life. And he's not canceled.
Niggas do not be really canceled. Like,
niggas do not be canceled.
The only nigga I ever seen get canceled was Daniel Caesar, and it's only because he ugly as fuck. If Daniel Caesar wasn't ugly as fuck, he wouldn't have got canceled. And honestly, I just listened to his last album the other day. The shit's a banger.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like, it's a banger.
But you cape for white people, so fuck you.
Hey, whatever works for you. But that was like, yo, Chris Brown gonna be really canceled if he fought Usher. I'm like, I don't even know if the fight with Usher really even happened.
Yeah, we don't
or the jump or whatever.
I think it was more of the Tiana situation, but yeah.
I mean, it could have been, but my thing is, Tiana's not talking, Chris not talking, and Usher not talking.
But also,
so maybe after everything happened, they was like, yo, we just want to just let that shit ride out, and they gonna forget about it. If nobody talking, then that shit gonna die out, which it did in like 48 hours. They went to Lovers and Friends Fest the next day, and it just, oh, he don't have no bloody nose. He's showing his abs off. He not bruised. Oh, it must not never happen.
The only video I seen was it was like an argument, but you can't even tell who's involved. It's just a group of niggas arguing.
So it's like, all right, well, it is what it is.
Yep.
It is what it is. So anyway, all right, we got my last topic last topic, and I want to see what you guys think about it. I know how I feel about it as a woman, but I want to get you guys, you men, aspect first. All right, here we go.
Asking for a friend on the Morning Hustle.
I've been dating this guy for about 3 weeks. He's great. And I went over to his house and I just met his roommate. And oh my God, she is drop dead gorgeous. I mean, like, I don't really have the right to tell him who he can and can't live with, but this is crazy. So when I was there, she came out the shower naked. It went in the kitchen for coffee like it was nothing. I think he secretly, like, loves him. He's like, oh, no, it's all good. We grew up, we were friends in school.
Yeah,
so
her parts grew up, too.
Exactly. He said it's more like living with his sister.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Sisters don't walk around naked in the house. He's great, but I can't take him living with this girl. Like,
and she don't have a man?
No, she doesn't.
It's your man.
Let's see if we can help Destiny out today.
We are the Morning Hustle.
So, how do we feel about this? If you had a female roommate and you were bringing, your future, like, people you just want to fuck, or people that you really want to court and date, how would you respond if the girls that you talk to are voicing their concerns because your roommate is walking around naked? I'm gonna start with Geo this time. I start with you last. I'm gonna start with Geo this time.
I have experience with living with, like, a close friend, like, that I grew up with, like, that's a woman. But by the time we started living together, that wasn't even an that's just like the way she just kind of like, oh, she came out the shower and like, you wasn't finna, like, be, but also, like, the way, like, it's like it's tough.
Okay,
like, the way,
what you trying to say?
The way our house is set up, like, I had the basement space, so it's like once you come over and we go down, it's like at no point like
it's about how the structure.
If she would have like came out of the shower and then went to go do whatever it was that she wanted to do in the kitchen, like you would.
So this was a townhouse, and her bedroom and the bathroom was upstairs, like both bedrooms upstairs and the shower was upstairs, and she purposely came from out of the shower downstairs into the kitchen area where y'all near the dining room. I mean purposely, because she literally walked down the steps. It's a difference.
And she
how she know she was there?
When she said she already knew she said she came out. She said she came out naked. But the way she described it afterwards made me feel like she had a towel on.
Right.
And so
she said she
at
came
that
out
point,
naked.
like I'm not telling nobody how to move, live, do whatever in their house.
Right.
Like yeah, we share this house, but also like it's just as much their house as it is mine.
Nah, bro.
Like
no.
I can't.
No. It's a respectful thing. What if my mother was down here? You just coming down here, just walking naked around here?
You in my house?
Yeah.
No, it's a respect thing, bro. It's a respect thing. Cause even with that scenario, that's my mother. My mother doesn't even see me naked, and I'm fucking 33. Why the fuck she need to see you naked?
Well, let's unpack that.
Why would that need to be unpacked? Why would that need to be unpacked? This is my space. This is my
you
house.
said they were priests, right? I mean, what's the Christian version of priest? Pastors.
A preacher?
Yeah, one of those things.
Yeah,
you was wearing culottes to your ankles for like 30 years, right?
Skirts. What the fuck is a culotte? I don't know what
Those
that
are
is.
skirts.
Isn't that Muslim form?
No, a culotte is a skirt.
I don't know what that is. Is that Spanish?
No, it's a Christian skirt.
Oh.
You probably was wearing culottes and didn't even know it.
Probably. We call them skirts. But no, I'm just saying, like, why would you... there is no way. I've lived with a male roommate before, but I had it was like 3-bedroom, 2 females and a guy. We were respectful because he would bring bitches over. We would have our niggas over. Like, and we would have 2 bathrooms. So it's like, we would still be like, all right, I'm out the shower, and we would just go straight to our room, and then they would come out and go in the shower. It was never a point where I'm walking around free-nilly just naked around them. Like, who the fuck does that? Or maybe it's me.
I mean, like I said, I live by myself. Like I live by myself now, so it's like there have been times I've came out the shower, did like put my towel on,
it's your house,
and went to the kitchen. But
even by yourself, you still put a towel on. That's the crazy part.
Only because I leave my windows open.
It doesn't matter. You're still in your house, and you still put a towel on.
If I close my windows, I would not put a towel on.
But you're by yourself. It makes sense. But if you live with somebody and it was just your apartment, right? Mm-hmm. And you had 2 bedrooms and you had a roommate, you would just come out of the shower just willy-nilly naked, regardless of a window up or not.
A towel on.
But a towel on is different from being fully naked.
I don't think she's I like the way she described.
It says naked. Says naked.
The way
Go with the facts.
The way she described it sounds like.
You need to hear it again.
She put some sauce on it.
I'm saying it sounds like she's like.
I feel like y'all think everybody on these stories is lying. You've been thinking everybody been lying for the past 2 stories. He was like, no.
No, I don't think she's lying. I'm just saying, I think the way the way she said, like, oh, she can just come around like if a girl if you upstairs with your husband, whatever, and then a girl walks in and nothing but a fucking towel on your mind, she's like, she's naked, she's just covered by a towel. Like that's how people talk. So that's how I can see like what I think she means. Like she'll come out the shower. I'm like, there's no way she walking around titties and pussy out. Like,
but the fact
no one lives like that. That's crazy.
That's what she said.
Crazy.
That's what she said. That's what I'm saying. She said naked. I feel like a woman would be like, yo, she just. It's normal for somebody to come out the shower with a robe on or with the towel on. That's not naked. That's not naked. That's normal. Coming out naked is coming out naked. There's no in between. Naked, something on you. Naked, something on you. So I'm not going to say, oh, I went over to Willis' house and he came out naked. If he got a fucking towel on his bottom half, I'm like, oh, he came out with a towel on. Facts. There's facts.
That's still naked.
I don't see it as naked because I ain't see shit.
I don't like if it's someone I'm fucking with and you got a towel, so you got a towel on. If Willis came out here right now with us and with a towel on, that nigga naked. He need to go put some clothes on. That nigga is naked. I'm sorry. Like that nigga naked. That's why I can see what she's out about. Bro, I swear to God, if he came out here with a towel on, the nigga is naked. He need to go change.
The nigga over here like them rings and baby boy.
Yeah, no, fuck out of here. Like even if he came out here with drawers on, that nigga is naked. He need to go put some motherfucking clothes on.
Yeah, what?
Like, that's crazy.
What's about to go on in this basement?
so that's the way I heard it in my mind. Like, I'm glad that you like crafted that scenario because that's exactly like yes. If
when he retell the story, Willis was naked.
Yes, I'm not being right. He come out
but here's my thing. With him telling the story, they're like, was he naked? He was like, no, he had drawers on.
I'm not about the question.
But they didn't ask her that question. They didn't ask her was he naked. They just let her keep going.
Damn, I got another RSVP. What the fuck is up with y'all? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But
my number can keep going up. Mad shit.
Here's my question.
Thought y'all wasn't coming.
Is she mad because, like, what's the best way I can say this?
Fuck.
Does her attractiveness matter? Because if she kept saying she's beautiful,
she said that in the beginning.
Now, what if she wasn't beautiful? Would you give two fucks if she walked downstairs in the kitchen?
Yeah, because I'm still like, yo, why the fuck you naked walking around a nigga I'm dating?
Nah, you just be disgusted that a fucking duck was walking around.
No, for me, I'm big on respect. I'm not going to treat or perceive my way in a way that I
tell me what to wear in the place I pay rent.
Yeah.
Bruh. She didn't say she told him. She didn't say, hey, go put some clothes on. She just said, I don't know if I can date him because I don't.
Insecure to me.
It's what?
She's insecure.
Because another bitch is naked walking around. If she does this in front of. Here's my thing. If she's walking around naked while I'm here, you can only imagine what she's doing while I'm not here.
It's not my fault my roommate's attractive. It's not my fault I have attractive friends. It's not my fault.
That's
your insecurity, not mine.
Nah, bro.
I told you I'm not fucking them, so why are you worried about her?
So you trying to tell me?
Why are you worried about her pussy more than I am?
Really? Okay. Alright, let that shit be in reverse. You go over to your girl house and she got a male roommate and he just walking out here naked. You gonna be like, oh,
with a towel on or a whole
naked. That's what I've been telling you this whole time. Naked. You keep on making this other shit with towel on.
No,
and shit.
because it's not.
She said we're going with the facts. She said naked. We're not saying no
okay,
towel.
so then it's not.
So
I'm not even calling into the radio. I'm gonna be like, yo, Dion, bro, put your dick away. I'm right here. Like, why is Dion
balls away, bro?
But that's what I've been trying to tell you. We gotta focus on what they said. We're not gonna make any assumptions. She said she came out there naked, straight out the shower. It was no towel.
Replay it.
If she saw bare pussy and then she said nothing, that's on her. Like, you ain't no, like, hey, at that point, you gotta be like,
y'all just swore up and down. You're not gonna tell me what I'm gonna do in my own house. But
if you walk out and see bare pussy, I'm gonna say, even if it's damn nice pussy, you gotta say something if you just see bare pussy.
That's what I've been trying to say this whole time. But y'all was like, no, she
don't gotta hate. You can admire the pussy without hating on it.
Why do I need to admire another bitch?
I mean, she's clearly admiring her. She says she fine as fuck. Yeah, she clearly admires her.
But we as women, we give other women compliments all the time. It has nothing to do with having clothes on or off. We could literally meet you in the bathroom and be like, you're beautiful. I think you're bad as fuck. It has nothing to do with their body, or they can just be beautiful. It wasn't until she came down naked, she's like, what the fuck? That's when the shit went left. So I'm gonna play it again because y'all not listening. She said the bitch was naked. Naked is naked.
I'm telling you.
One more time. Naked is naked.
About 3 weeks. He's great. And I went over to his house and I just met his roommate. And oh my God, she is drop dead gorgeous.
So she better first.
I don't really have the right to tell him who he can and can't live with, but this is crazy. So when I was there, she came out the shower naked. And went in the kitchen for coffee like it was nothing. I think he secretly loves him. He's like, oh no, it's all good. We grew up, we were friends in school.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
Exactly. He said it's more like living with his sisters.
So he doesn't pay attention to it or acknowledge it because they know each other since they were kids. Think of her as a sister, so she's walking around naked.
Nah, I still the way the story was told, I'm still picturing a towel. Because even if my blood sister was walking around the house naked, you got me fucked up. Like, go put some type of covering. I'm not just in the kitchen.
That's how we know it's not a blood sister situation.
She said she got out the shower naked. Most people get out the shower naked.
I don't know how else you can get out the shower.
That's what I was just saying.
Some people be putting on things.
The story doesn't add. And then she went.
I honestly feel like they cut out something because it kind of like skipped. I don't know if y'all heard of that part. I feel like they took out like some of the girth of it, but the fact that she was like,
she said.
How do you take the girth out of it though? I'm confused. That's weird. Anyway, moving back. It's just the fact that it was like, yo, the nakedness, like that's bro.
I mean, Shorty,
ain't no way. I'm sorry, ain't no way.
You're 3 weeks in. Just go ahead and find somebody else.
Yeah. I'm not dating nobody who I feel like I gotta worry about doing anything. Like, but also like the way people like this date is different from how I date. Like I don't date like that.
You don't date like what? Like coming over to the place and being roommates?
I mean, yeah, but like not off some like I don't like I've never downloaded a dating app in my life. Never had one. Like all the people that I fuck with, it's just like we met organically. We kind of hung out.
Well, she didn't say she met them on like Tinder or nothing. She just said she.
I think there might be some validity to what she said that like he likes her walking around naked. Cause maybe that's.
I really feel like he likes it. I feel like
but because.
I mean, who wouldn't like seeing
exactly. But also, I have like platonic female friends, and they're around me in like their bra or like their titties. I'm like, yo, why you put your titties up? Why your titties out? Like. I make jokes like that. I don't sit there and be like, "Oh, it's normal."
A lot. Like I said, with me and Neat, growing like I said, and her wedding party. Most of the women at her wedding party are all friends. Like I grew up with, went to school with. Like we like.
But that doesn't mean you expect them to be when you live with them to be walking around.
But like when we just went to the bachelor party, we all had to share fucking bunk beds in one house. It was 6 of us staying in the. We stayed in the pool house out in the house that we stayed in. We all like the shower style that there was. It was a fucking locker room style shower. We was all showering at the same time. Look at you had to come out and go do. I mean, it wasn't like niggas not lingering around. Let me see what you got going. Like you just you had to come out the shower, do your thing, and go on and do what you was doing. Like, and it is very much like those are my sisters. Where it's like I'm not like I'm gonna come out, do what I'm doing, go up to the thing, change, put my clothes on, we'll come down and then go where we going. Like it's not like a. But I've also been in situated with people where like had they seen that, it'd have been a whole thing where it's like, oh no, oh y'all that close. Like, but I mean, but again, like I'm not worried about how you feel. Like it's not like nah. If it's between them or you can go.
Exactly, 3 weeks in.
Yeah, you can go.
I would say 3 weeks in is crazy, but
you got too many
the time.
So do you want to fuck her?
So my
go for it. Shoot your shot.
My thing is, does it matter about the time? What if this was 2 years in?
No, it doesn't matter because all that means is you was thinking about it 3 weeks in and you just waited till 2 years to say something about it, and that's even more annoying. Like now you piss me off even more because like it's been a problem and you pretended it wasn't a problem and then you gonna make it a problem 2 years later. Yeah, don't bring some shit up that ain't. Yeah, no,
I got a fuck out that's going through that right now.
If it's a problem,
he has a female best friend, right? And she's attractive. Conventionally, she's attractive. Cool.
Conventionally, what does that mean?
Like
the majority of people say she's attractive.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I understood it correctly. I was like,
what you think it mean?
I'm not going to talk about it.
No,
go ahead, continue. Let's unpack it. I just attractive. Like when I think of conventional, I think of like quickly, like was she like a quick like she got work done and like out of nowhere she became attractive.
No.
Like a microwave, like a conventional microwave.
Is like
that's why I said I broke it down differently. That's why I wanted to
like Holly Berry. Yeah, like everyone is like Holly Berry.
I hate the wrong fucking word.
Wait, do you say convection?
Yeah, it's like a convection oven. That's not a conventional oven.
Okay, all right.
Give me this tequila.
That's all you.
Maybe I need to hold it so I get my words together.
That's all you.
So
no, not all me.
I want that clip.
So they were
send that to me. I definitely want that one.
So long story short, they were
edit.
They were dating for 3 years.
208. Okay, I'm right.
They were dating for like 3 years or whatever. They get married. Leading up to the 3 years to the marriage, she was like, "Oh, that's your friend. Cool. That's sis. Cool." As soon as they got married, I don't like her. You gotta cut her off.
Yeah, nah, that's dead.
That's can't dead. Switch. You don't code switch like that. But also, I think women put too much emphasis on the title of wife. Like, don't switch up on me once we married because you want me to cut off a 20-year friendship and we've been dating 4 years. I don't care if you're my wife.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I feel like that should have been.
And you switched it.
Yeah,
so here's my thing. Here's the switch though. Did she imply it or say it before you got married? And you just didn't
after you got married,
to it?
she's starting to pull weight. Like, I don't want you hanging out with this person as much. That's just like you about to get married and your husband says, "Oh, I never liked Willis. Can't hang out with Willis no more."
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy as fuck. I'm like, nigga, he been here every week for the past 3 years.
So you wait till the 4-year anniversary of the podcast?
And he was here when I had my own apartment. When we started the podcast, that would be wild as shit. And I can see that. But here's my thing. Does that make you a bad partner because you don't want to at least compromise on that request?
No.
I'm cutting off my friends that know.
Not cut off, but maybe compromising or something where
No.
it's
All right, take me out of it.
I'm just asking.
I'm talking about somebody you know a long time. So say like all of a sudden you be like, I don't like Chris.
Oh my god, brother, that's not gonna work.
Exactly. You're not cutting off Chris.
No.
Exactly. So that's when.
I mean, I could get that. I get what you're saying. I wouldn't do that. That'd be something. There's a difference from understanding somebody's internal struggles and then something that could be a struggle for your marriage that you contributed to, right? If let's say, for example, when you said, us being if it was like you over here every week and I'm down here spending all this time and I'm geeky and I'm expressing more shit to you than my own partner, then I've contributed and created a problem where he distrusts me with you.
Gotcha.
So that's where it's like I'm a part of that, and now he doesn't trust you because what I've shown him. Gotcha. Versus you see the platonicness of everything, and it's cool. He doesn't care. I could be down here 8 hours. It's not a problem in the world, right? But you have to realize what you contribute to a situation and make somebody feels that way. And once you realize that you have no contribution to that, then that nigga, that's just you. That's your own insecurities. That's your problem. You need to go to therapy.
But that's like.
But sometimes we don't realize that we contribute to some people's.
No, for me, it's more so where it's like it's been times where I've had to like separate myself from just out of like. Without the man, because they would never ask me to, but I could tell like it's like I want to at least give your shit the opportunity to like if what you're telling me is that this is something that you want to work, I can tell that your girl like with some of my friends like your girlfriend or your boy like they're jealous of the connection and relationship that we had that's been built and fostered over years of time, and they see that and they want something similar to it, but every time we're around like it does you don't have that, you can see that you don't have it, and it frustrates you start to behave differently.
That's a problem,
right? But at the same time like that but that's where those other problems come in where it's like after a certain amount of time they're like, oh nah, I'm good with like, so it's been a couple times where I've had like remove myself and just get where it wasn't even like I didn't say do anything whatever, but just like didn't.
But we're not talking about you because you're the external factor. You let's say for what I was saying there, you are the external factor. Like you're C, you're gonna remain you. But if I, as the person B, is definitely contributing to you, let's say we have a connection over basketball, and I'm like, and he does, and person A, my partner doesn't like basketball, but I'm like, I constantly want to do basketball things where I know he's not. Then it feeds into the narrative of what he thinks it is. It's on me to not dwell on his insecurity, especially if he expressed it to me. It's up to me to make sure there's a balance where he feels secure and helps him with his insecurities, and I can still have my friendship of what connects us. That's what I'm saying. As the middle person, there is a way where you can literally do both and balance both. And it has nothing to do with you, and it has nothing contributing with you. It's all about how I manage it.
So for me,
especially if they confided in me.
Me and my best friend, we basically used to speak a second language. Like the way that we communicated with each other, like after being around each other so long, like we could have an entire conversation in front of someone and talk about something where they would have no idea what the fuck we're talking about. Like we had turned different, and so being around his girlfriend turned fiance turned white, like it's like they would be like I could tell, and it's so for me, back when I met her, they was just friends fucking around. So it's like she would pop up on occasion, sometimes doing XYZ, but like it was just like we was living on weekend to weekend. Like sometimes I might see her on one weekend, might not see her another, like whatever. And then when it got serious, like it became like I can see that you feel some type of way. Like you watched us how we are for the longest, and I can tell that you have something that you always wanted, and now you're together and you want it now, but whenever the three of us are in the same place, it's awkward. It's awkward. Like he feels like he'd be like both the two of us feel like if we do, cause we can see on your face like we get talking. We get talking about some shit where, like you don't understand. Yeah, you feel away. And so I just stopped coming around as much to let the two of them just create their own, be able to kind of form that friendship between them. Cause I could tell that he was serious about wanting to do that. So I wanted to allow them to do that. But see, that's what I was saying. Like you didn't have to
do that. That would have been the middle person's part. That person. I mean,
I didn't want to put that on him. to cause like I said, cause if I personally feel like had it gotten to that point where he had to choose, he wouldn't have chose her. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't want it to get to that point because I knew me. Like I'm not gonna feel some type of way about. I can be that understanding person in this out of the three of us. Right. I can understand that this is something like we all gotta grow. We're gonna need we're looking for partners or whatever. I know that I can be that person. So I understand that she feels some type of way. So I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and form because I felt like maybe if they do end up forming their own thing, she'll be less worried, less jealous or less concerned about what ours is because they have their own thing now. Gotcha. And then it's completely separate from ours. So
in your situation, was it you were that bad influential friend that she just felt bad?
It was never a bad influence. It was just we were because
I've been around jealous of the closeness.
It was there was the relation like I said his mom was my mom
that's weird though. I've never felt jealous of another man's relationship with another man. If anything, it would be if anything, it would be a relationship how close you are to your female best friend. You know what I mean? As a woman, that would be the only thing. Is you have a female best friend. That's the only thing I can think of where it may be a little bit, but if you incorporate it right, that could all be ceased, right? For example purposes, him and his wife, I've hung out with them together. I bought my fiance, I bought boyfriend at that time. We went on double dates. It's hey.
I created an atmosphere for y'all to be comfortable.
Yeah, you created an atmosphere so your partner can be comfortable with you coming over to my house every week or every other week. You know what I mean? So that's why I said it would depend on person B. Person C has nothing to do with me. If she has those insecurities, which I don't know, I don't think she did, but if she had those, it was his choice and his job to make her feel comfortable with me being the friend and him being over here. You know what I mean? But that's why I said for it to have been the same section y'all are being guys, I don't see why. But this, like I said, a female would feel.
We knew each other. I knew her before. Okay. They started even saying growing
so that's even crazier.
They knew each other before me and him met. They had known each other since elementary school, but they had never dated. They messed around some while we were in high school. It's but me and him were doing our whatever. And so I had met her in passing in times like that, but then they started dating and it became more more serious. So it's she's known him since they were in elementary school. Me and him met in middle school. So she known him since elementary school, and it's just the way I felt like I said his mom is it's my I have another mom it's my mom on Mother's Day that's another mom for me I had the way we were on weekends I pretty much lived over there. I had chores at his house that I had to do we couldn't go out until I vacuumed the living room and do I'm saying it was different that's family and
that's a little different and I can see how that could be different, but I mean like I said I just feel like it's a person's to make someone else feel comfortable. For example, another example, I'm about to get married, right? So in order for me to be accustomed to his baby mom, right? It's his job to integrate us, not my job. I mean, once you get in the atmosphere, I can be the people's person, I can mingle, whatever. But it's not my job to reach out to her and be like, "Hey, I'm V. Right. I'm about to be your daughter's stepmother." That's not my job. It's your job to commingle us. And I feel like a lot of times that's when some people start secretly hating other people. It's because the right people aren't doing their jobs. When you're intermingling, it's all about how it's done and who does it. Another example, where I'm in therapy, right? Well, couples therapy, and it's always they say, let's say you were getting married, you would address your side of the family, because if your female partner does, it's going to be oh, she was nice when we first met, but she's snappy and she's da-da-da. No. If you say, "Hey, this is what we want for our wedding," they're going to acknowledge you because you're family. They're not going to. They may get mad at you, but then you're family. But if I was I'm reaching out to your mom and telling her no, she's not wearing that, then it's.
But I wouldn't do that to
But that's how it should be for certain friendships. You know what I mean? When certain things are happening.
But those are that's different. With the friendship thing that versus with family is someone's not gonna have the same type of worry, anxiety, or animosity
for
towards
it depends
your
on how
cousins and your brothers and sisters
but for certain,
that they would
for certain relationships though, because some people feel more tethered to you. it can get that deep. Depending on how close they feel like they are to you. They're like, yo, I feel like I can't break this bromance.
You can't.
I can't break this bromance, and I feel like I'm the outside person of the loop. How am I going to be a part? Maybe y'all should just get married.
But their problem is competing with it. It's
right, that's what I'm saying. That's their insecurity. I'm not denying that.
It's a separate relationship.
That's their problem. But then it's also their partner's responsibility to help aid and commingle that problem. You're literally leaving her or in a bubble on herself to try to fit in where she can. Well, that shouldn't be the case.
In the instances I've seen, it's just been like it's hard, like you can't catch up to a decade of friendship in a year or 2 years. Like the experiences, that's what I'm saying.
It's about creating something new. But if y'all
the entire time they're trying to create something, like you still like let's just say you're witnessing 10 years of French like white. That's why I said I just had to remove I personally chose to just step away just so that it wouldn't be a thing anymore. Just because I could tell that every time we were in the same space, like it was, and then there would be times where he'd be like, I wish we could just go like play Call of Duty, do whatever, like, and you could see it, and it's just like now without me being around, then that won't be it. Like it won't she won't be able to read that on your face because I'm not there to do to So
that was like I said, I'm not criticizing you on your movements. I'm just saying as him being the middle person, he can work on that as well. Showing, like you said, showing it on his face, he can work on showing it. He can work on
even from my experience. It's hard to do because like the one girlfriend I had, so in college, like I said, I spent most of my college career living with the same group of friends, and when we had started dating, I had just moved into a new apartment with like another 2 of my other friends. But we still spent the majority of our time at the old house because a lot of them still live there. And it like I tried to explain to her like this is like I'm just trying to be here, like I'm like I just want to be here, hang out with my friends, do whatever. I don't know what time I'll be home or do what like. And it became like, oh, you don't want me to hang around your friends? Is it like, what are y'all talking about when I'm not there? Is it a thing? Like, and then it's like, all right, well now I'll invite you to come, and then now it's, oh, I'm ready to go home. I don't want to go. Like, so now I gotta leave at a certain time because you tired of hanging out. Like, just because this isn't the group for you. So it's like there's no like trying to be. And it eventually just turned into me just like not being over there as often as I was before. It's gonna like relationships have to change in a way
you have to adapt to make things
those
work.
Kind of things.
I understand it's not a set formula for everything, but at the end of the day, if you want it to work, like we said earlier, if you want something to work, you'll adapt and do things to make things work. It's all about accepting what they bring to the table, and then put in your ball court and be like, yo, this is what I want, and then you just do it. So, are we done?
I agree with y'all.
You agree with that? This nigga ain't say shit for 20 minutes.
We was into it for a minute.
I know, right? I let y'all rock. Sometimes you gotta let it rock.
No, another Philly song. But anyway, you mad? You wanna get up and dance? Do you know the song?
Fucking song. I know who Lil Uzi Vert is.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know if you was hip to what's going on now.
When I get out, I'm peeing. I gotta pee.
Oh yeah, pee. Me too. Anyway, all right, go ahead. Tell them where you can find us.
Everywhere.
That's not good enough. My God.
It's like, you can find this. No, first of all, let's start off with our guests, where they can find him at, and what he has going on.
You can find me personally at _DurantRave_ on a business level at plusultraentertainment.com on Instagram.
We love you guys.
Facebook, everything. So we got our Villains Ball coming up May 20th. If you're in the DC area, we're doing a rooftop event every Saturday at the Delegate Lounge. It's lit. So we do a lot of events for black nerds, black people who want to have a good time.
Nerds, but not corny.
Crossing every don't be no corny niggas. Like
you can be nerds, but not corny.
Yes, we are nerds, but we are not corny niggas. Like that's no. Where else do we be? At conventions, Otakon, AwesomeCon.
BlurCon.
Work BlurCon.
HBCU
Con. BlurCon. HBCU Con. Yes, as well. I went to FAMU Rowler. So so yes, that's where I'll be. That's where you can find me.
Alright, I'll make sure I tag it. And you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Drunk with Friends with a Z. Email us at dwfriends@gmail.com. And yeah, this is our.
What other platforms?
I'm sorry. Well, I'm assuming if they listen to us, they know where to find us. But you can find us on YouTube. Check out our YouTube page.
Gang.
We on YouTube. You can find us on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, iTunes, Alexa, Google Podcasts, Pandora, everywhere you can find your podcast, you can find us.
Pretty much.
You know, Instagram, Facebook, we everywhere.
We everywhere, guys. Google us. We still have shot glasses for sale. We are going to be on a little sabbatical for about a month or so. We're ready to create some new content for the next season. If there's anything else you want us to do or anything else you want us to incorporate, definitely reach out to us in our DMs or email us. If you want to be a guest for next season, definitely email us or DM us. Be respectful because I will be replying, and you already know what vibe I'm on. So yeah, definitely that. By now, you should know the rules, so your shot should be poured. Last shots are ready to go.
Last shots of the season.
Last shots of the season. Thank you, Geo, for coming through.
Thank y'all for having me.
My nigga.
Coming on here is always one of my favorite days of the year.
Days of the year. Cheers, guys. I remember this time to say cheers. Y'all didn't. Y'all just took it. You saying? Bye.
I never say cheers.